So, the year 2026 is finally the year when GTA 6 is coming to life. It is one of the most successful and controversial gaming franchises in history, and it has been expected like the second coming of Jesus. But did you know that the game of today is very, very different than what it was originally supposed to be when it was created in the late 90s? What am I talking about? Well, buckle up. Quick story time. See, if you were to describe Grand Teft Auto to somebody who has never played it or never heard of it, which is pretty much impossible, you could pretty much say it's about a lot of shooting, a lot of driving, a lot of running, and doing other things. But see, the original game that was created in 1997 had a significantly less violence, and all of that came afterwards came as a result of an error. See, the original game Race and Chase was, as the name suggests, about racing and chasing. You can basically choose between being a cop or a crook, and you can run around the city. See, because of the era in which it was created, it was a 2D game top-down, and during testing, developers discovered a glitch. See, basically what it was, this glitch was causing police cars to run you over the road and aggressively chase after you and the pedestrians around. Now, as they were playing, they actually discovered this is probably the most fun part of the game, and they just kept going with it. See, when the game was released, it had a lot of success, but it also caused a lot of controversy because it was the 90s and releasing a game with such a violence was very controversial. See, because the game was available to a lot of kids, people didn't want him to be influenced by this, and there was a lot of bad press going around. Now, Sam and Dan Houser, brothers who originally created the game and were now heading the Rockstar company that was producing it, were seemingly backed into a corner and had to make a choice. One choice will be to apologize because of the game, to redesign it and release it again, but this time with a tuned down team and significantly less violence. The second one was to lean heavily into this bad reputation because this is what actually made the game popular. Now, needless to say, this is exactly what they did. See, apparently they even leaked some of the bad press because they knew that this is causing more interest. See, there's a really good reason to why this was the case, because for the first time you had the opportunity to go into a gaming sanctuary and do something that you're not allowed and you should not do in real life. It was kind of a rebel escape that a lot of people took to, and a lot of people embraced it to heart. Now, as the time progressed, the game evolved, there were prequels and main games, and by the time the Vice City came out, the history was already written. Now, another deep reason why this game is so popular is because it points out at certain things from our society. First, we have the cities that, although not named like real-life places, are heavily inspired like some from the United States. We have the Vice City, which is inspired by Miami. Then we have San Andreas, which is a fictional place in California, but heavily inspired by San Francisco, and the Liberty City, which will be New York. Then we have the various petty and organized crime which is happening on the streets of these fictional places, which can also be found in the real-life counterparts, although not in such an extreme intensity. Now, some of the biggest controversy that surround these games is the fact that as a player you have a lot of options that you can choose how to interact with people around you in the game. You can be casual and polite like you are in real life, or you can be pretty violent, for which in the game you can also be rewarded for. Needless to say, this goes directly against some of the morality and principles that we have in real life. Now, at the end of the day, it's still a game, and the world of gaming has significantly changed since the 90s, and if you compare the GTA to some of the games that have been coming out in recent years, well, you can say that it's even pretty vanilla. Now, the GTA 6 is coming out on November 19th with pre-orders starting on June 25th, which will inevitably draw millions and millions of players around the world, and as somebody said it, this may actually break the internet. So these were some quick facts about the Grand Teft Auto, and if you like this type of content, I talk about history, science, apparently gaming, and everything that is trending, so please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, and in the meantime, I'll see you on the next one.